Now, there were obviously some challenges to go with the celebrations. It wasn't all good news, and Kenya may have marked 50 years of independence with merrymaking and dancing, as Tunya is saying, the morning after yesterday, and all that pertains to good celebrations. But as Wilson Buru reports, we may be waking up to the harsh reality of the challenges that the country faces 50 years after independence.
As Kenyans mark half a century of independence from Britain, celebrating progress of the regional economic powerhouse, but also struggling to shake off a legacy of corruption, inequality and ethnic violence. Celebrations got underway at midnight with the Kenyan flag raised in Uhuru Gardens, meaning freedom in Swahili, in a reenactment of the moment 50 years earlier when Britain's rule since 1895 came to a close. Back then, Kenyans sang and danced wildly in the streets at the end of the British colonial rule.
The 40 million of us, right, want to stay together, that we have the same aspirations, that we want to work together, that we want to make this country the best that could ever be. So I'm really proud. I'm proud of being a Kenyan.
Today, anti-colonial rhetoric is being drummed up again amid international pressure on President Uhuru Kenyatta ahead of his International Crimes Against Humanity trial early next year. Kenyatta, who denies all charges of masterminding violence following contested elections in 2007, in which over 1,000 people died, has campaigned hard to have his trial at the International Criminal Court suspended, appealing for support from fellow African presidents and not the African Union. This week, the World Bank cut its growth forecast for Kenya for 2013 and 2014 to 5%, suggesting Kenya is drifting behind regional nations.
We need to do more on health. We need to do more on water. We need to do more on sewage. We need to do more on electricity to reach all Kenyans. The quality of life, it's not about infrastructure. It's the experience of the Kenyan people.
Last week, the army was forced to put down bitter clashes between two rival ethnic groups near Kenya's border with Ethiopia that had spiraled into a wave of brutal killings, a stark reminder of the challenges that remain to reconcile deep ethnic and political divisions. Security too remains a challenge, with Somalia's Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab threatening Kenya with more attacks following its Westgate Mall massacre in September in revenge for Kenya's 2-year military intervention in southern Somalia. And even as the president concluded his speech in Kasarani, many were expecting he would address the very current problem of health workers' strike, but he steered off.
Well, it has been a day of reminiscing on the achievements gained in the last 50 years by Kenya. But now the task ahead is to look forward to the next 50 years and what can be done to make sure that the lives of Kenyans are better than they are now. Reporting at the Safaricom Stadium in Kasarani, I'm Wilson Buru.